sure you can all see that I'm in Forza Horizon 6, which, you know, I got in common with a lot of other people. It's like the most popular game on the App Store right now. It's launched better than any Horizon, I think, ever. It had like crazy number of live players at one point. So there's been like a ton of new fans that have come into the series. And I think with that, there's kind of been like some conversations started, right? And then like some talking points that I've seen spread across social media that have been questionable at best. And like at worst, it's just been like complete like buffoonery. So I wanted to talk about that, you know what I mean? I want to talk about some of the stuff I've been seeing, some of the people that say certain things online and like certain people like in the game. And I just kind of want to get into what I believe to be like the dumbest people in the Forza community. Like no one in particular, but just like archetypes of people that you'll see like you spend enough time on this game, right? So I got a couple different groups and we're gonna get into that in a second, but I just wanted to remind you all, you know, if you like this video, then like it. If you want to subscribe, and I'm just on this drip zone right here. And, you know, I was doing it and I was feeling real positive, and I was just like, let me spread some negativity, you know what I mean? Let me really infuse some negativity, some more negativity into the Forza community. But yeah, so without further ado, we talk about the first group here, which is, I think this will kind of be a little bit controversial, but into this corner here, I want to talk about people who I think, well, I mean, number 0 is like people who tune drift cars that don't stay on the road, right? So that would be me. But nah, jokes aside, number 1, I think people want Forza to be a different game than it actually is. You know what I mean? Hold on, I just realized I'm drifting with traction control on. Oh my god. I think some people have like this image in their head, like what Forza Horizon is or what it should be, and I think that that's fair to an extent, you know what I mean? Like there are certainly good gripes to have with this game, like you know, I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, they don't exactly have like the strongest story, right? Like some of the characters, pretty much all of them are memorable. I mean, like if I asked you who Helena was, 100% likely you couldn't tell me, right? Yeah, you know, there's sound qualms to have with the story, and then there's people that go out and say things like, oh, you should start all the way from the bottom and you should have to earn your way up, and you should start in like a Honda Civic that's like beat out that you bought for like $5 from the corner store, and you gotta really work your way up because like you know, it's Horizon. And then I guess some people just want like a Need for Speed game, another one, and I think that that's kind of a dumb way of thinking, because like that's just not at all what Horizon is, you know what I mean? And I think you could really argue that's never what it has been. I think the formula has changed certainly from the first game. Definitely there's been like some changing around, like there's been some experimenting, especially starting with Horizon 2. Like there's been kind of more of like a sandbox element, I would say. But yeah, I think like Horizon has evolved, you know what I mean? It's changed, and I think they kind of got the formula they want now with like this yo, I am so washed at drifting, it's crazy. Like this is my like 5th time drifting this course, or I mean like my 5th time drifting this game, and I'm just not what I used to be. I digress. But yeah, you know, Forza's evolved, but even then there's like a formula I think the devs are kind of going for that I think people aren't really like keying in on. Like you're not gonna go to like a GTA game and be like, oh yeah, you know, like why are you able to shoot people, you know what I mean? Like criticizing that game element, like, oh, they should make you follow the laws and all of that. Or like go to any game like Call of Duty, like, oh, why can't you upgrade your cars? Because that's not what the game is about, you know what I mean? Like Forza, I feel, is kind of a game that's just like a sandbox. I mean, you get fast cars and you drive them and you upgrade them and you win races, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of what it's been for like the last like decade or so. But I feel like some people want Forza to be like this life sim, and like even to some extent like GTA, like where you could get out your car and like go like rob the festival and do like these underground street races and like, you know, sell drugs on the side or whatever. But yeah, that's just not what it is. So I just think thinking that way and kind of judging the game on that front is just kind of a losing battle, and it's kind of dumb to me, you know what I mean? So my second category of people is kind of like an offshoot of that. It's specifically people who want Forza Horizon 6 to look like Forza Horizon 1. Like I was saying before, like Forza has changed. It's pretty obviously a different game from what it was in 2013. It's my belief that like Forza was kind of finding their footing in Horizon 1, and they was kind of like, you know, they saw like Need for Speed. I think that's like the point. It was just being handed off to Ghost Games. It was making like the last couple of good games before the downward spiral. And they saw like Need for Speed's popularity, and they saw like they wanted to capitalize on that because they had been just Forza Motorsport up to that point. So they made like, you know, kind of this raunchy game, like, you know, you had fast cars and like underground street racing and all of that. But I think that, like I was saying, like that's kind of changed in recent years. Like Forza has like kind of Forza Horizon, I think, is fundamentally a different game from like what it was when it first launched. You know what I mean? Like it's evolved over time, and like now it's this. So I think kind of like you see like similar things like in music, like when they try to like drag like an artist back to their favorite era, like when people be saying like, oh yeah, 2021 Yeet was the best or whatever, but like that's just not like his sound anymore. That's not him. He don't make that kind of music anymore. He was younger, he was inexperienced, and you might like it, but that's just how he's evolved like over time. And I think kind of like a similar situation has happened with Forza Horizon. It did used to be that kind of game, like there used to be street racing and like under the table and women and anyways, before I was rudely interrupted by my cat, what I was trying to say is Forza has changed. You know what I mean? It's not the same game as it was in 2013, and I think people kind of judging it and like giving it like low ratings and all of that, and like being like, oh, it's boring now. I think that they're kind of stuck in the past, and I think that they should kind of look more towards Need for Speed for some of the elements that they're like talking about and all of that. So I think that's kind of dumb to me. You know what I mean? So that's the second group of people. Third group of people, I think we'll all agree that like I don't think anybody likes this group of people, but specifically people who cheated the game. You know what I mean? So I'm talking about like rammers, like hackers, all of that. That group of people is kind of stupid to me. I mean, I guess like there's like some short-term fun in that, but number one, you're kind of like risking being banned by Xbox, by Forza and all of that. I'm talking specifically about the hackers here. Like for what? That would be my second point. What are you doing it for? You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm just kind of like mad at like what I've been seeing and experiencing, like people just like tricking their cars out and just ruining the leaderboards for like no reason. But I'm like, what did you gain from that? You know what I mean? What did you seriously gain from like modifying a car, like illegally giving it like 1,000,000 horsepower and then going on the leaderboard and like setting like Wilt Chamberlain time so like nobody could beat? That would be the hackers. And like the rammers, I get some people are bad at the game, like me. You saw it, the corner there. But like the fact that like rammers are like, number one, that they're able to exist. Like number two, that like they're so prevalent. Like the amount of times like I've been online and I've just been like rammed into a wall and then I get the penalty. Like, that's just stupid. You know what I mean? It's just dumb. And like it's just like get good at the game. You know. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like if you can't play the game, then stay offline. Like again, maybe that's just me being like angry because they messed up so many of my races. But like I just think it's dumb to get online and like not know what you're doing and ram people in the walls or whatever, and then they just get away with it. Like it's crazy. You know what I mean? So I think this is more so like kind of an IQ thing. Like they're just dumb to me as I mess up that corner right there. But yeah, that's group number 3 really. I think not too controversial, but group number 3 is I've been seeing like some tweets, like I saw one from like a big Forza account, and he was like, oh yeah, if you're not playing with like simulation steering and like simulation shifting and real damage and all of that, like, you're not a real Forza player. So like group 3, I guess I'm talking about is like the fun police, like people that like try and get online and like judge whether like you play the game and like, oh, I play the game like real simulation, like on my sim wheel, like in my sim car, like sim everything. You know what I mean? Like why not just drive a real car at that point? Like since we're going all the way with it, like I seriously don't understand. Like if that's the way that you enjoy to play the game, like that's cool, that's one thing. But like getting online and like judging people for playing the game like how they want to play has always been kind of like stupid to me. I mean, like, cause at the end of the day, like if you're deriving enjoyment from the game, like I'm not saying like if you're getting online and like bragging about it, like if you're deriving enjoyment from the game, right, and like you're hitting cool clips and like you're drifting, that's all I do is say like, oh yeah, you're not a real drifter if you're not drifting a real wheel drive car, which like that's like the dumbest thing I ever heard. But yeah, I mean, like if you derive enjoyment from the game, then like what is the point of hating on that? Like you don't gotta play the game like a Assetto Corsa to be considered like a real like Forza enjoyer or whatever. So that's just always been dumb to me. Like, people that do that for like any game, but especially Forza. You know what I mean? Like the iRacing community, I guess, which I don't even want to hate on them because like they cool, but like there's certain people in like the sim racing community as a whole, I guess, that like if you're not doing it 100% down to the letter, like sim everything, like if you get like a little bit, like a smidgen of help, like technology at all, like it doesn't count. You know what I mean? Like you're not a real racer, drifter, like whatever. That line of thinking has always been dumb to me, and like I hate to see it like with one of my favorite games. So I cannot get this corner right, bro. This is crazy. crazy. You gotta like lock in one day and just like do this course. But yeah, you know, it's you're not really like helping anybody with that way of thinking, and I just think it's kind of pointless. I think that like that's dumb to me. Alright, the last category, and I kind of hope that we can all like agree on this, is people who like care about the things in this game that don't really matter all that much. And I think there's kind of like two sides to this coin. You know what I mean? Obviously the game looks great, it sounds great, it plays great, all of that. But there's like this kind of like Red Dead Redemption-esque, like, you know, group of people that like inspect like every car down to the atom and like look at every like micromolecule of smoke and like every like minute detail on like everything to determine whether it's a good game or not. And like we're talking about Forza Horizon here, you know what I mean? Like that's like kind of the kicker. Like, we're talking about like an arcade sim racer or whatever, like sandbox, and people just like judge it based on like how realistic it is and like, you know, like how close the cars sound to life. And I've even seen people talking about like the way the characters look. Like, when are you ever looking at the characters? Like, I have no idea what my character looks like, and I customize it. So yeah, I think that that's like super, like, you know, and there's people that enjoy looking at realistic games. Like obviously, you know, like that's why Red Dead Redemption has a huge following. But it's like, again, like if you want everything to be like super realistic, like HD, like everything, like all of that, you could either like play Assetto Corsa or play like iRacing or whatever, or just like go outside and like see the cars themselves. Like I don't understand like why we hold arcade sim racers like to this degree of realism, and if they don't hit it, then it's like it's a bad game all of a sudden. You know what I mean? So that's always been dumb to me. And the second group of people, I think specifically because like there's you know, there's like pronoun categories in the game. You can customize your character to like look different than like other game. Like you can add like prosthetics to your character and all of that. I think some people like see that and like they're like, oh yeah, nah, Horizon is woke now. That's the dumbest category of all, in my opinion. Like, people talking about like a car game, like a 3-second option in the car game to like make some people like feel better. You know what I mean? Like to get in some inclusion that you never have to see again. And the very fact that it exists is like what ruins the game for some people. That is extremely crazy to me. Like that, I do not understand at all. I've even seen some people like on Twitter, like I know Twitter, but some people on Twitter saying like, oh yeah, the fact that you can, or I guess the fact that like May is a woman is like taking people off. Like you gotta have like all male main characters, which I'm like, you know, I don't want to say it, but like what team are you on? You know what I mean? If you know what I'm getting at, like what team do you play for? That's kind of all the groups I can think of at the top of my head. If you have any more, like put them down in the comments. I'm really interested to see like because there's definitely like a lot of like types of people that I forgot, and not only in Forza but like in like gaming in general. But yeah, I'm really interested to see like what do you guys think? Like, are any of the groups like did I overreact to any of them, or like did I, you know, am I tripping? Do you got like any to add? Like just tell me in the comments, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess I'll do it for this video. I know it's just like kind of me rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really did a video like this before, but yeah, you know, if you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, tell me in the comments, and feel free to subscribe like anytime you want. And I guess without further ado, I'm Dre Jade, and thanks for watching.